Hello one and all, Musto0063 back again to continue the I Want to Kill the Kamilia 2 Let's Play with a continuation of the boss rush in stage 6. So same formula as the previous video, you'll probably get about 15 to 20 minutes out of me on boss number 3 and then I'll probably start cutting to either successful run or near failure. So yeah, let's get on with it. Oh, hi there, Gravity Man. You were pretty easy in Mega Man 5, weren't you? Or insanely easy. And you start out in much the same vein, so I have no problem just yet. But we're going to start to get a problem in just a second. Yeah, I'll probably, well, I'll let this play out once and then I'll explain what the hell's going on. I'm not doing a very good job of hitting him. I'm doing a terrible job of hitting him, so I already know I've completely screwed up this run. So that doesn't really matter from this point in time now, anyway. But yeah, if this was just Gravity Man, then I would not really have too much of an issue. But alas, that's not the case. As you can kind of see what's going on. So let's talk it through. Gravity Man has, a health bar of 28 hits, which is atrocious gameplay. Why was I off the thing? Come on, get me on the... Yeah, that's a bit better, thank you. Let's see if I can... Yeah, that's even better, right. Good, I want to be facing right when I start. Little point, but let me... Yeah, I want to be facing right. Right, let's go. And I've missed him again, brilliant. And again, wonderful. Right, anyway. Finally, as I hit him. Yes, Gravity Man, as in Mega Man games, has 28 hit points. So, for the first 6, he pretty much acts like Gravity Man. But as soon as you hit him 6 times, he now channels the abilities of some of the other Robot Masters in Mega Man 5. So here, in fact, I should probably go through the other Robot Masters just as a first point of call in Mega Man 5. So, obviously we've got Gravity Man that we're fighting here. We also have... We also have Stone Man, Star Man, Crystal Man, Charge Man, Napalm Man, Wave Man, and Gyro Man. So we'll be seeing all but Star Man's weapon in this game. In this game, anyway. I'll get to talking about that a bit later when I get to it. But oh no, I'm going to die now anyway. So because I didn't get my hits in when I wanted to, but I'll talk about that again when I get to it. Yeah, so other than Starman, when you hit Gravity Man 6 hits, he will channel the abilities of Stone Man and Gyro Man. When you hit him 14 times, he will channel the abilities of Wave Man and Charge Man. And when you hit him 22 times, he will gain the abilities of Crystal Man and Napalm Man. I've realised I've hit him one less time than I wanted to at the point in time I wanted to, so I'm going to bugger about and wait for the 6th hit to be hit at a particular point in time. But yeah, anyway, so like I said, 6th hit coming up, so now he gains the ability to shoot stones and gyro weapons. In hitting Gravity Man, which I'm doing an absolutely flipping terrible job, by the way. In hitting Gravity Man, when I do at the 6th, or get that 6th hit on him at the time when I do, well, this is atrocious. I'm just not hitting Gravity Man at all here. But yeah, getting the 6th hit on when I do means that I know exactly when, or I know exactly which kind of timings of movements and such like that, how they kind of work out. But and ditto for hitting him the 14th hit at a particular point in time as well. If I don't set him off on the transition between phases at certain points, then I've already stuffed myself up, because I'm so familiar with a certain pattern that I know exactly where to move, exactly what to do, and that kind of thing. So I've hit him here 5 times. I could hit him now, a whole bunch, hit him now, but I want to hit him that 6th time in the upper left corner, like that. So if I can actually get some hits in on him, so that's 7, 8. I want to get the 14th hit on him. Well, 9, 10. Good. This is going a bit better. 11. Yes. Right. I'll point out. Well, we're getting close to it now. No. 12. I ideally want to get him 14 in the top right corner, and I have. Good. So this has kind of set me up. Hopefully, in theory, quite nice for the 3rd phase. But I obviously managed to screw that up. But the big problem with that third phase, well, I suppose if you know exactly where you can position yourself, it's fine. And I must admit, I've kind of lost a little bit of that. Since it's been ages since I played this the previous time and beat him. Come on, hit Gravity Man, for goodness sake. Missed him again, so... oh my god, and again, so I think it's only like 4 hits. Yeah, the problem with his third transition, where he starts shooting water waves and the charge attack, is that the charge attack... Really, you're kidding me. Comes down from the top of the screen. Now that's all well and good when I'm on the floor, because I can somewhat react and reposition myself in order to, you know, successfully dodge it. When I'm on the ceiling, however, that's a bloody hard job. I need to know exactly where they're going to fall, or they are likely going to get me. So... There's, at least in terms of the size of the window I've got, in terms of what I'm playing this game on, I am positioning myself to kind of tally up with the wording on the top. So I'm looking at the I here in I wanna, and I think pretty close would be the K in between kill and the as being safe spots. So yeah, I'm actually using the wording on the top of the game to determine my safe spots where I want to be positioned here. And I did manage to successfully get that. I thought I'd screwed up because I didn't move when I wanted to, but crap! Still didn't get in that go. And good, we've transitioned to the final phase, which, by the way, is just an absolute free-for-all bugger that I just can't stand. So, yeah, in all my ranting about this boss being a frigging nightmare, I'd actually only call 1/4 of it a frigging nightmare. 3/4 of it, provided I can get the 6th hit on Gravity Man and the 14th hit on him when I want to, and I can use that trick with positioning the kid directly under the wording in the title. I can pretty much, you know, get, I suppose, probably to this final phase a good proportion of the time. The problem with this one is it is just an absolute, you can see while I've been kind of talking, it's just an absolute free-for-all with the crystallite and napalm bombs just going in completely indiscernible patterns, impossible to predict. And the problem is you've also got to think about flipping between the ceiling and the floor. And if Gravity Man stops to pause, you know, sometimes you look for a gap, but by the time that you need to flip, that gap's now gone, and you almost need to somewhat plan ahead and figure out where they're going to move. And good luck with that. Seriously, good luck with that. So, the one saving grace. Well, actually, let me say 2 saving graces. Let me say a couple of things. This is not an avoidance boss. I can't remember how many bloody times I've hit him here. I think I might have. I don't know. Here we go. Oh, I did count correctly. Apologies for that. It's quite difficult to count and keep a track of this thing when you're trying to speak and be insightful. Ordinarily, I'd be mouthing the number of hits that I've got him, so I think this is 10 if I get him. Yep. Oh god, I've missed my chance here. I think that's 11, 12. I need to get him every single time here. 13. No, screwed up. Oh well, this is going to be a death. So anyway, oops. Yeah. For God's sakes, a couple of saving graces. Yeah, I don't call this as an avoidance boss with your typical fruit spike crap that you just have to kind of avoid, you know, to the hilt and all that kind of thing. It's a boss that actually moves around on screen that you're hitting, or you're trying to hit anyway. So I'm doing absolutely atrocious jobs this far. That was only 2 hits. That's only 3, so I'm going to have to wait another cycle before I can get the 6th hit in. That's 5, and now I need to wait. Yeah. Yeah, not an avoidance boss, because I much prefer having one that you need to hit rather than just looking for safe, you know, ridiculous small safe spots on screen between fruit and spike patterns or something. So yeah, it's not an avoidance boss. Yay, 3 cheers for that. The other saving grace, by the way, I didn't mention this right at the start, and I probably should have done. This is the final fight, or I think it's the final fight anyway, from, I've not hit him enough times here, wonderful. From, definitely haven't hit him enough times now, from I Want to Be the Popularity. So, whoops, yeah, but it's only the first half of it. This fight, I believe, is an exact copy of the first part of the final boss in I Want to Be the Popularity. However, and that's all you have to do, by the way. However, in I Want to Be the Popularity, please hit him, for God's sake, is another phase. So Gravity Man gets has the Star Crash shield round him. He also then seems to gain the ability to shoot every single other Mega Man 5 Robot Master weapon all at once. And still jumps around like a maniac. My hitting Gravity Man is just absolutely atrocious, so I'm barely getting anywhere near getting to the final phase again. Yeah, see, if I don't hit him the 14th hit when I want to, then it just screws up. But yeah, he's about 100 times harder. He gains, he has a shield on him, so you might have to somewhat time your shots in order to go through the shield. Yeah, he develops all the Mega Man 5 Robot Master attacks. And yeah, that's the whole second phase. I don't believe this. Please hit him. And there is no save. Crucially, there is no save between the first and second phases. So you've got to do all that in one go. Now, I don't know how long this took me. First time. I don't know how. I've got no idea how long this is going to take me this go. I cannot hit Gravity Man for the freaking life of me at the moment. Yeah, 14th hit's got to be at a certain point or I'm screwed. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. Yeah, I don't know how long this took me the first time. At least 4 or 5 hours, and I've never played I Want to Be Popularity. I have no inclination whatsoever to attempt to attempt a boss that's split into two with no intermediary save that takes 4 or 5 hours for me to beat, only for a second phase which is 100 times harder. I'm sorry, if this boss were exactly like that, I would have just quit, because there's no way I'm going to do it. I've missed him again. I don't believe this. I cannot hit Gravity Man. Part of my... yeah, as I say, I'm only probably going to spend 15-20 minutes or so, like the other ones, and then just probably shut up, etc. Because, as with the other bosses, you probably notice that concentration is actually a key thing here. So I'm probably just shooting away a little bit like a maniac, not really paying too much attention to... Oh my god, the time for when I need to hit him. Also, the other thing that's quite difficult to do when I've been kind of almost continuously speaking for, I don't know how long this has been going on. Missed him twice again. Is how many hits I can hit is actually how many hits I've got him. Because ordinarily, I would just be mouthing along as I'm playing how many that is. I think that's 11. I could be completely wrong. I've missed my chance again, so I've only hit him 11. I should have got him 14 by this point in time, and I still got 3 hits on him to get. So that's 12. Still haven't got him. So yeah, I got the feeling that this is more just a demonstration, really. This 15-20 minutes. I haven't got a cat in hell's chance of doing it because I need to be able to concentrate. I need to be able to count along how many hits I'm hitting him. I must admit, I thought I would have got to the final phase at least a few more. I've only got, what the hell? Oh my! Let's see what I mean about concentration. I've just gone completely to pot, and I've hit Gravity Man 6 times where I got the 6th hit on him, nowhere near where I wanted to hit on him. Now these stones and gyro weapons are just in a pattern that I'm just completely unfamiliar with. So this is just absolute pure reaction, which I completely fail at. So, yeah, I would have hoped that I would have got to the final bit a few more times, because I'd really like to kind of show that off a little bit with some commentary, and I think I'll probably have to do that, to be honest, rather than just say, okay, now I'm cutting and then you won't see me again now until it's done, kind of thing, or close to done, or whatever. So I will try and at least, when I next get to the final phase, actually kind of try and speak a bit and talk about it a bit. But yeah, I thought I would have got doing a bit better. I've lost count. I don't know whether that's 10 or 11. I've got a feeling it's 11, but I don't know. Is that 12? Either way, well, now I've got to get him this go. No, missed him. And again, so I say, I just, for the life of me at the moment, I just cannot hit Gravity Man when I want to. So this is just, it's dreadful. It's dreadful. And I still didn't. I only hit him 12 times. Didn't even hit him 13 and was 1 away. So yeah. Is there much else to say about this? I don't know. Yeah, I would classify it as a nightmare. I've lost count. I'm just talking. I don't know how many. I think this is 6. I really don't know. It was 6, but oh my god, my timing's atrocious. Yeah, I've probably already run out of things to say at the moment, and I've completely lost track of how many hits that is. I've got 2 opportunities here to hit him 14 times, so this might be it here. One last chance. Oh, hooray! I might actually have a go here. Might. We'll see. By the way, from this point on, I'm really not keeping track. This is just a free for all now. I'm obviously you know, staying alive, etc. But by this point in time, the pattern is kind of repeating. So if I don't hit him, then no real big deal. I'm not aiming to hit Gravity Man at a particular point in time. As you can see, I didn't really get too far into that final phase. So let's give it maybe a couple more goes. But yeah, the final phase is just completely unpredictable. If anyone if anyone can spot anything in terms of how that goes, then please let me know. I'd love to know if there's any kind of definitive way of doing that. I assume that the projectiles don't come out in in different ways depending on where you're hitting. I mean, I assume a bit like here they actually do. I'm kind of hitting Gravity Man, just getting that magical 6th and 14th hits in at very specific points, because I know exactly how the water waves and the charge attacks and the gyro shots and the stones all act. But oh, damn it! 2 chances. Oh, and a 3rd one. I still didn't even get him. But yeah, unlike the other 2 transitions where getting that hit in is crucial to my plan, for God's sake, my hitting of Gravity Man is just atrocious. There's no other word for it. Well, sure there are if you're looking at the Thesaurus, but bloody hell, I can't even get him to 6 hits now by the time he gets up in the left-hand corner. That's number 4. Yeah, the final phase. Oh my god! The final phase, I assume they don't react you know, the same depending on where you hit Gravity Man. I assume it's just complete random. But to be honest, the water wave and charge shot phase is just almost so panicked a little bit, despite the fact that there are key areas where you know where to stand. But yeah, I'm not going to hit him a few times here. I think that might be 13. If it's not, I've really kind of miscounted and screwed myself. Nope. Now to position myself in that eye and kill. This bit is the kind of tricky bit there, because you have got to kind of move to avoid his shots at this point in time. You also obviously got to keep an eye on the water waves and predict when you'll need to jump. So here I need to double jump to the right and screw it up. But oh well, this might be my last go because my concentration's completely gone. And yeah, unfortunately, concentration just absolutely is critical on these 4 bosses. Have I kind of finished what I was trying to say? I got no idea how many hits that is, by the way. No idea. Good. it was 6 when I wanted it. Dear me, terrible. Missed him again. I've already missed. I think with 3 missed shots, I've already missed him. Yeah, I think I'd pretty much finished what I was going to say. The final phase, yeah, just seems to be complete random wherever he's positioned. So, yeah. Last chance. Oh! I'm going to die anyway, but just the barest smidgen of a chance. You know, I got barest smidgen. No. As you can kind of see from my ranting and, well, the fact that I was just missing Gravity Man all over the place and just completely failing to notice how many hits I've been getting on him, I've said quite often, you know, numerous times already during this that I need to know that kind of thing. I need to be paying attention. I definitely need to know how many hits I've hit him. So, yeah, there's not really much else to this boss. I will try and show off maybe the final phase a bit more when I get to it, but yeah. Beyond that, although 3/4 of this isn't too bad, although I've made it look pretty bad, and only a quarter is really the nightmare, that quarter is sufficiently nightmarish to make this an absolute bugger. Yeah. See you at the Napalm Crystal phase. Grrr, would you believe it? Was that might have even been the first go after I said I was going to start cutting. And apologies that I couldn't really talk too much during that final phase, but as I said, I might do. But I really do need to concentrate. But that was a far better go at it. And would you believe it? It might have even just been the first go. I don't know how many hits I got, Gravity Man. You might need 3 or 4 more hits, but yeah. See what happens when I concentrate? And that was the next go. Well, at least I'm doing a far better job, huh? Still dying, but a far better job. Three in a row. 3 in a row. Oh, the bloody shot got me! That's 4 in a row! Of all the things to die on, not a napalm bomb, not a crystal eye, a flipping lone pellet shot. Oh my god, no! I was lucky as hell in that boss at that final phase, but oh my god, no! Did that have to happen? I'm now... Oh my god. Okay, maybe it's best to get the 20-second hit in on Gravity Man when he's over in the far right-hand corner, given that I prefer dodging that water wave charge shot attack in the top in the left corner. Maybe I should. I know it's difficult because I just want to get rid of that other phase, but maybe I should. Maybe it's not such a good idea to get the 20-second hit on Gravity Man when he's right up next to me, when he just starts spawning these things all over the place, right on top of me. You're starting to annoy me! Oh, bugger! I knew you'd do that, you son of a bitch! One hit left again! God damn this! Why did I go so close to him? I don't know. Probably because it's too hard to keep track of all that crap that's on screen. Damn it! Gotcha! By the way, do not touch his explosions. I've never died that way, thankfully, but I'm fairly certain that'll kill you as well. Three down. I'll be back after a brief break to, well, give you the stats on that one and tackle the fourth one. I really don't want to do the next one. Okay, reviewing the stats. Stat was about an hour and a half play. I don't know at the time at the top for you. It's slightly off, but yeah, it was about an hour and a half. And 94 deaths. So it's still going remarkably well at this point in time. If you'd told me that I would beat all, those three bosses all under an hour and a half, suffering fewer than 100 deaths on each one, I would have bitten your hand off. By the way, I think I mentioned that the boss obviously being from I Want a Bit of Popularity, there was a screen that it came from, but I didn't think I mentioned which screen it was, so if I didn't, I can't remember now. It was the second to last screen with the VVVV music in the background, and the one that, if you go off the right-hand edge of the screen, you appear on the left-hand screen. You know, the one that looks so easy, doesn't even look like it belongs to stage 6, but actually is really freaking annoying. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the fourth boss. So first off, I'm going to say I will, I'll say a little bit first off, real, and then we'll kind of get into the boss itself. But yeah, I'm going to probably spend about 10-15 minutes doing this, and then that's probably about it. That's probably all you're going to get from me. Certainly playing it on my computer anyway, because oh, what fun! When I get down to a certain point of in this boss, when the 4 little different colours go away, then the game actually is going to crash, or I suspect it will crash. So unlike the guy from the boss of stage 2 and Solgrim, which in fact didn't crash, although you say you did clearly see evidence of the fact that the game crashed on the guy, it didn't on Solgrim, but I was happy enough, despite how annoying that Miku avoidance section is on Solgrim, I was happy enough to give it a go, and if it crashed, oh well, I'd have transferred it to my laptop, etc. But this boss is sufficiently annoying that there is no way in hell that I am going to risk doing all that work on this boss, getting it down to practically its final stages, only for the game to crash on me. So yeah, sorry, ain't going to happen. So there's no way in hell I'm going to beat this in 10-15 minute demonstration. So this is more just well, yeah, it's a demonstration really, because I'm not going to get anywhere near beating it. So with that said, what have we got here? We've got, I say, an avoidance battle. Yay! First thing to say, I love avoidance battles. Just wonderful, aren't they? Oh god, I hate them so much. It's ridiculous. But this one is the king daddy of all annoyances. It took me, I reckon, I think it was about 8 hours to beat. So it doesn't come even close to being the boss that took me the longest time to beat, which still remains Sonic from I Wanna Be the Boshi. That took me about 12 hours to beat for my first time. Yeah, go figure. The boss that I now love the most in any I Wanna Be the game that I've ever played is the boss that first took me the longest to beat. Yeah, as I said, go figure. We might have a face down here. Amazing. But we might also just screw up immediately having made some wonderful progress. Oh, brilliant. Anyway, yeah, 8 hours of pure crap. Yeah, this boss for me, of the bosses I've completed, so any I Wanna Be game, any I Wanna Be boss I've completed, this for me ranks as the most annoying and most hard for me. There are only 2 bosses. I mean, there are only 2 bosses in I Wanna Be history that I have not beaten. One of them is the final boss from this game. The other one is the final boss from I Don't Wanna Be Anything. Both absolute arseholes, believe me. But yeah, and some of the games that I've played, they're quite, I think they're quite difficult. I've not probably gone anywhere near some of the, perhaps the Japanese fan games, or too many of them that are just absolute filled with avoidance crap and difficulty that's just off the scale for me that I would never be able to do. So I will freely admit I've probably not gone to the hardest of the hardest games, but believe me, I've beaten some pretty friggin' hard I Wanna Be games. There are only 2. What a great go that was. There are only 2 I've not beaten. So yeah, of the ones, is this the first time I'm actually seeing this move? Jesus, the random number generator on which move you do has gone a bit screwy. Yeah, of the ones I've beaten, this is the worst. In terms of comparing it to the other 3 I've done so far here, Nui Hoju, knowing some certain tricks, so knowing how to deal with the 5th phase, and that you can almost cheat it by kind of standing, right up by him, it, on the left-hand side and be safe is a wonderful little trick. Knowing the patterns or what you're supposed to do for the final bit of that, with all the red dots that are on screen, knowing where to move there, that's a big help in having already played it. The 4-face boss from Crimson, knowing the order in which I need to hit the faces. Don't hit the green one last, although believe me, obviously, as you saw, I can still screw up. That's my own advice on that. So yeah, knowing which order to hit that and not to hit the blue so too early. All these kind of things are huge time savers in going through it again, and would help. Gravity Man, knowing that I want to hit him 6 times in a particular place, also 14 times, and although I didn't know it really before I did this second go, knowing that I ideally want to hit Gravity Man 22 times in a certain point of time. All huge help, all huge time savers, and make the boss so much easier. Those bosses so much easier. having already played this before, or the pre-sight of this boss makes no bloody difference to me. I could have played this for 2 days solid. I don't think I'd be any better at it. There's other than knowing that, I suppose, that once you take out all 4 of these things, that isn't the end, so don't celebrate at that point in time. But other than that, I really don't think previous experience is a help. So yeah, this is as much of a bastard as it was before. So that was a very long introduction of about 6-7 minutes, I don't know. So in the remaining perhaps 6-7 minutes, I should discuss what's going on. So, okay, this is the purple phase. Actually, I should point out as well that to hit the thing, you obviously got this spike that's trolling around on the bottom of the screen, and you shoot at the spike, and a pellet shot obviously bounces off the spike and goes up to hit whichever face is currently, you know, the one that's attacking you, etc. There is a huge invincibility period after hitting the spike of about at least 5 seconds, I'd say, whereby it doesn't matter how many times you hit it after that point in time, it won't count. But I'm just of the mind that I'm just going to shoot. I'm just going to continue shooting anyway. It's not affecting my ability to dodge the crap that's happening on screen. I would have got to things whether or not I was shooting, so I just continually shoot. I don't continuously shoot at a massive, you know, absolutely like hammer the button, but you know, I'm just kind of perennially pressing the button to shoot. So yeah, so that's the first thing to say. There were. Now we've got to this. Now we've got on this colour. I might as well talk about it. The blue one is probably one of the easier ones, to be perfectly honest. They kind of go out in this spread shot pattern, and there are giant fruits that kind of go down to the ground. So that's not too terribly bad, actually. I find the purple phase quite irritating in that I never quite seem to get the hang of finding the gaps for when to move through. Case in point, I hate the purple one. The red one is, again, probably one of the 2 easier ones. You just kind of, there's usually enough room just to kind of hover around in the middle, to be honest, and just kind of move left and right. They usually give enough room, usually. That 1 time out of 100 they can be a right bugger and just make the gap almost impossible to get through or whatever, but yeah. As for the blue one, again, I really don't have too much of a problem, I'd say, with the red and the blue ones. Obviously they're going to get me from time to time, but I certainly prefer them over the yellow and the purple. What are you going to do now? Oh, blue again. You're being somewhat kind, but I'm screwing up anyway. I wish you'd do the yellow one now, to be honest, so that I can demonstrate, but I'll talk about it anyway. Why the hell not? Screw waiting for it to appear on screen. The yellow one is the random one. All the other 3, I mean, here we go, right, on cue. They somewhat kind of home in on where you are, but it seems to be somewhat random. You know, there's no way in hell you can almost really predict how these are going to react. Some of them bounce off the floor on the walls. Some of them then just at that point in time disappear. I don't know whether it's because they've been on screen for a long period of time and that's the point in which they were going to disappear, but yeah, the yellow ones just seems random. I mean, I know, okay, look, yeah, this one is random as well, I mean, to a point, okay? They're not, you know, the fruit never comes out in exactly the same pattern each time, but there's a very simple idea to dodge it. They kind of give you enough room and you're not, you know, nothing's bouncing off at weird angles or anything. There's a particularly nice yellow one that right at the beginning, if it happens right at the beginning, it actually kind of seems to like, you know, it goes downwards to the right but then bounces back up to the left or something. It's, you know, which is not how you'd expect it to react. But anyway, yeah, the purple one and the blue one, or the blue one, I guess the big fruit is somewhat random. You don't quite know how that's going to work. But again, you can easily enough position yourself to deal with that. The purple one, despite the fact that I hate it, is probably the least random of all of them. In that the pattern is absolutely set. But yeah, I hate that one. I never seem to be able to find the gaps. What can I say about maybe the final phase? Because I doubt I'm going to talk about it when I get there, because it's going to be massive concentration. I can tell you, I am not probably going to risk talking about it when I get there. So when and if you can finally beat all 4 of these, the thing turns white, and then it's kind of like even more of an avoidance bit where you get lots of little fruit bits that kind of just continually kind of move downwards at you, reasonably slowly, it has to be said. But they do kind of tend to fill the screen. You also again have a spike that rolls about on the bottom of the screen that you have to shoot and hit the white face that now appears. But the invincibility period actually almost completely goes away. So if you just, and I would certainly recommend it, keep pummeling away, shooting at the spike, then it takes a lot less time to kill. So yeah, don't celebrate when you get rid of the 4. Keep concentrating and pray to God that you don't screw up on the final phase, because oh my God, getting back to it is a pain in the arse. The only other thing that's probably worth mentioning is that perhaps in isolation, none of these attacks you think are all that terribly bad. What can be annoying is the transition between phases. That was absolutely bloody terrible. But as you might have kind of seen as I'm going through this, or I'm hoping if I can dodge this bit now, then we'll get a demonstration of it. Probably not though. Nope, there you go. Although it might have even transitioned between purple and purple, so you wouldn't have got to see it anyway. But oh well. But yeah, when it transitions, obviously from a different colour to a different colour, you've got to deal with that last few seconds of the colour that was on screen. Like now, for instance. So I've had to deal with a little bit of blue while the red appeared. Now, that one transition, to be honest, isn't too bad. The ones I hate are, well, yellow to pretty much anywhere. Let's have a look at this fruit. I think it's the one that's about now, here above me. See? It went back. Did you see that one that killed me? It went down to the right and it bounced up and to the left. Why did it do that? It should not do that. Anyway, demonstration of that. But yeah, I hate the purple one as well. I hate the transition from the yellow to pretty much anything because it's just random and it lingers on, stuff lingers on screen for a long period of time. I think I also don't particularly like, I think, I'll have to wait until it almost happens, but I think the purple to the blue is also a bit of annoyance. Blue transitioning to anything or red transitioning to anything, I don't think is all that bad, but yeah, and purple to other bits are not so bad, particularly the yellow one or the red one because it starts off slow. But yeah, I hate yellow transitioning to anything, and I also hate, I think, purple transitioning to blue. But look at, here we go. Look at there's so much yellow stuff still on screen when I'm trying to dodge the blue ones. Ugh! Yeah, can you tell I don't care for this boss? This is the bloody most annoying one of the 4. No one will ever convince me of that, otherwise of that fact. I don't know how long this is going to take, but it could easily take me longer than the 8 hours it took to do the first time. I hate this thing. I really do hate this thing. Avoidance battles in general, I've gone on and on about disliking or certainly preferring the traditional kind of bosses, but this is just, there's so much happening on screen. And half of it, if not more, is random. At least, we see with some other ones. A boss might go on for like 3-4 minutes of just avoidance, other crap. And I've seen games that have bosses in them like that, but if you actually study them, you can learn what to do on them. It might take ages, but this one, I particularly the yellow phase, and to even some extent the red and the blue one, you can't learn it. You can't say, all right, I'm going to stand here and be safe now. It's just, I hate it. I've not even got to the point at the moment where the music actually transitions to the part I actually like. Let's not say I don't like this part of it, but at a certain point the music will get a little more jolly, actually, for my money. And yeah, I like the music when it transitions to that bit, if nothing else. But I haven't even got to that yet. So, and that only is about a quarter or a third of the way through at most. So that tells you how much of a crap job I've been doing so far. Yeah, that's about 15 minutes. I've said all I'm going to do on this. I'm going to transfer it to my laptop because the game, I'm not risking this crashing. So yeah, so that's about all I'm going to say on this. You'll see me. You've seen enough of it, quite frankly. You've seen all the moves. It doesn't do anything apart from the final bit. But yeah, you'll see me when I get toward the end, or indeed do it. So yeah, I hate this boss. In case that wasn't obvious. Oh, please, 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 oh, please, please, please save. If this does save, I'll explain that comment in just a second. Okay, I'm back, and yeah, right. That boss was a little bit of a pig's ear, so let me explain what the hell went on. Firstly, apologies for the absolutely humongous amounts of lag that the transferring it to my laptop and recording the game on that introduced. I feel a little bit like I've cheated that boss somewhat, because as you saw on when it was going full speed, you know, on my computer, it was just absolutely, I was absolutely getting my arse handed to me. But when I put it on my laptop, and it was okay to start with, but after a while with the recording going, it just lagged the hell out of it to well, pretty much, well, slow it down to the degree that you saw. And ordinarily, I do not want lag introduced into my game, but I can't deny it. That was a absolute godsend in trying to beat that boss. It was just so much easier, I can't even tell you. The stats, 77 deaths and 50 minutes. Contrast that to the at least 8 hours it took me to beat when it was pretty much going at full tilt. And when I did play it on my laptop the very first time, because again I would have had to have transferred it because the game would have crashed, on my computer, I remember it lagging a little bit, but nothing like that. Otherwise, again, I don't think it would take me 8 hours. 50 minutes, 77 deaths. So, yeah, with tremendous apologies, I've got kind of like very mixed feelings. You probably notice that I don't really feel like in too much of a celebratory mood right now in the tone of my voice. Believe me, I am. That boss is an absolute pain in the arse, and it's done. I never have to touch it ever again. But I wouldn't want to have beaten it in that way. But I haven't got any option. I can't do it on my computer, and if it's going to introduce that much lag on my laptop, there's nothing I can do about it. My please, oh save, please, oh save comment, blah, 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 or something to that effect, was based on the fact that the recording on the same recording that I'm trying to use on my computer, I tried on my laptop, it worked once, I had one video saved, but the next video, it did not work. Which thankfully I'm recording this only in like 10-15 minute chunks, and thank God that the successful run did not come during a portion where the actual save failed, because oh my flipping God, I would have hit the roof. But yeah, so I couldn't even use it. So guess what? I had to resort back to good old friend Cansoft. You know, that fabulous recording software that on my laptop only records 6 minutes of footage before it somehow crashes the stupid thing and doesn't save a video. So with the lag it introduced into that boss, it was about 6 minutes, I believe, that entire fight, or a successful run. So, oh my God, it took 6 minutes, and I was just praying to God that the stupid thing saved. Thankfully it did. It's all there, it's all done. Yeah, and again, hopefully you don't feel like it's somewhat diminished. I mean, I do a little bit with the lag it introduced, but there's nothing I can do about it. And as an overall total on those 4 bosses, 285 deaths, and despite what the timer says it's a little bit out, about 4¼ hours to beat those 4. Wow. But yeah, let's be in a celebratory mood. I've beaten the 4 monstrosities, and I never have to deal with you ever again. And look, a new teleporter's appeared. Get me the hell out of here right now.